Yo guys, what's going on? It's Rose here, bringing you guys a brand new video here for IBL Season 11 Finals versus Greyvee, coach of the Vancouver Titans. I am very nervous for this matchup. Grey has an amazing team, and I'm very scared. And of course, in my first Finals of Gen 9, I have to go against probably one of, if not the toughest opponent I've had the entire generation. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the team builder. Let's get into the matchup real quick. As you see, for the final time, you have my team on the left, you have Grey's team on the right. Grey has Great Tusk, Greninja, Metagross, Rotom Heat, Clefable, Terra Sinistra, Terra Salamence, Swalot, Ursaring, and Magcargo. Now, Grey has a ton of threats on his team, on their team. Great Tusk is very difficult for me to deal with because Ground plus Fighting actually covers most everything. Outside of Uxie, Uxie deals with it very well, but outside of that, it's very difficult for me to switch into. Greninja is actually very scary. I think if it shows up, I think a Spike's lead set is very likely. Or honestly, like a Spec set could be very interesting, stuff like that. Metagross, I do think shows up because otherwise Scizor does very well in this game. And Sthkippy just kind of runs as well. Rotom Heat, I think could come. As a potential, like maybe screens, or maybe just like a bulky pivot, or maybe a scarf variant, something like that. There's a few different things that Grey can do here. Clefable, I think, may show up if Grey is worried about like setup opportunity from my team to bring Unaware. Like I've been bringing Swords Dance Ogerpon a lot this season, so they could bring that in order to mitigate my Ogerpon. Sinistra, I do think definitely shows up. Depending on the set that Grey brings, it could be a big issue. Salamence is definitely coming. Grey has been running through teams with this all playoff, and honestly all season as well. It's been very hard for most people to deal with it, but I think if anyone is able to deal with the Salamence well, it's me. So hopefully I'm able to mitigate it this week. Swalot, I don't really think shows up. I just have, I think, too much to deal with it between Ting-Lu, honestly, Scizor deals with it pretty well. Toedscruel actually doesn't even have a bad matchup, so like I have that as well. I just don't see Swalot coming. Ursaring, I do think has to show up because otherwise Grey kind of loses to Spectrier. And I'm expecting literally just like full Spadef Eviolite Ursaring this week. Magcargo, I just don't think shows up between the Ogerpon, honestly, Tauros deals with it very well. Kilowattrel can deal with it pretty well depending on my Terra. Toedscruel, and honestly, Sudowoodo actually deals with it decently well. So we'll see how that goes. But let's go ahead and get into the first Mon this week. First up, we're bringing Spectrier. Honestly, I actually was very close to not bringing Spectre this week. I originally had Scizor on the build, and I took it off in favor of Spectre kind of at like the last minute. Hopefully this works out for me. We'll see though. Rocking 24 defense, rocking 252 special attack, 232 speed with a modest nature, Shadow Ball, Draining Kiss, Psychic, and Nasty Plot with the Colbur Berry. With the speed investment, we are speed creeping Greninja, creeping Ogerpon. I'm expecting that to be the case. And honestly, in the mocks that I've done with my friends in my front office, that has been very commonplace in those mocks. I think every mock also had Greninja and the aforementioned creeping of Ogerpon. So hopefully this works out for me. If it doesn't, I mean, I do take a Dark Pulse or, you know, Night Slash or whatever. They end up bringing pretty well because of the Colbur Berry, and I do a lot of damage back with Draining Kiss. I do like, I think it's like 80% or something like that at base. So that, if it's like a Life Orb Gren, I can put in some good work with. Outside of that, if I can get a Nasty Plot up, the only thing that Grey has to switch into this is full Spadef Ursaring. Outside of that, +2 Shadow Ball, 2-hit KOs, basically everything, or OHKOs everything, and once I get rolling, there's no stopping. Next up, we're bringing Ogerpon this week. A little bit of utility this week, but still running some good offense here. 252 attack, 80 special defense with 176 speed and a jolly nature. With the speed, we are speed creeping. I believe it's max speed Great Tusk, if I remember correctly. Just because I'm not expecting the Salamence to be full speed. I just don't see the purpose in that, so I'm not creeping it. Ivy Cudgel, Play Rough, Encore, and Sword Dance this week. Encore just in case, like, they do go into Salamence and I can Encore it. If they go into, like, Great Tusk and try and spin or something like that, I can Encore it. Sinistra tries to set up on me with Calm Mind, I can Encore it into Calm Mind. If Ursaring tries to, you know, bulk up, then I can do that as well. A lot of potential with Encore this week. Otherwise, +2 Ivy Cudgel hits my opponent for a lot of damage. Realistically, once I get +2, Ivy Cudgel has very, very few switch-ins. Like, I 2 KO basically everything, if not OHKOing everything. So hopefully, I mean, I'm not necessarily going to click Swords Dance in this game, because I don't know if I'm going to find the opportunity for it. But if I do, then Ogerpon can absolutely clean house. Next up, we are bringing Ting-Lu this week. Full Fizz Def, 248 HP, 8 attack, 252 physical defense with Impish Nature, Earthquake, Ruination, Stone Edge, and Whirlwind with the Citrus Berry. This is the Salamence check. This is pretty much my way to mitigate the Salamence because honestly, I don't have anything that necessarily beats it one-on-one, but I do have a lot of things that can mitigate it well and put me in a position to win on, you know, the incoming turns. This is one of those, Ruination is really good just because I'm able to basically force a Roost, which then could give me Earthquake damage, or it gives me Whirlwind opportunity to get in something else. Granted, that could force my switch out depending on what comes in, but we will see what happens there. But yeah, Ting-Lu is very, very good this week. It has been pretty much my MVP this season. It's been so good for me. Just being able to take hits as much as I need it to, and dish out decent damage, get up hazards, Whirlwind some stuff out. It's been very, very good for me, and I've really enjoyed using it, and I wouldn't mind using it again sometime. So we'll see if the opportunity, you know, arises for me. Next up, we are bringing Sthkippy, the Sthkippy with Technician this week. Running Life Orb, we're running 8 HP, 252 attack, 88 defense, 160 speed, and a Jolly Nature. Player of Gunk Shot, Thief, and Swords Dance. With this speed, we are outpacing max speed Great Tusk. And with the defensive investment, we do take a Banded Bullet Punch from the Metagross. Outside of that, Swords Dance is really, really good in this game. Swords Dance, I'm bringing a lot of setup this week, but because I really do think that setup is the way to beat Gray, even though there is an unaware Clefable afoot. Obviously, Clefable is not going to want to come in on me, so hopefully I can use that to my advantage. +2 Thief, after a little bit of chip, is guaranteed to OHKO max HP Metagross. And depending on the chip, it can become a roll. I do like 87 to like 105 or something like that, I think, to max HP of Metagross, but we'll see. Play Rough and Gunk Shot, honestly, it just fucking rips through the team outside of it. Play Rough just is super effective on 90% of this team, and then whatever's not super effective, or, you know, weak to the Play Rough is weak to Gunk Shot. Only exception being Swalot, but like I said, I'm not expecting Swalot this week, so I'm not bringing, like, you know, Zen Headbutt or something. I don't even know if I get Zen Headbutt, but I'm not bringing any coverage for the Swalot just because I don't see it coming this week. Next up, we're bringing the Uxie, Hangover the Uxie, who has been the MVP of the playoffs this season. It honestly didn't do much for me most of the regular season. I considered dropping it several times, and yet we're here. Uxie has performed very well for me in the playoffs, has been instrumental to my wins in the playoffs between, well, more so against Collin than Twisted, because Ogerpon kind of just, you know, won. But yeah, we're rocking 248 HP, 204 defense, 56 speed with a Bold Nature, Stealth Rock U-Turn, Psychic Noise, and Encore with the Citrus Berry. Running a decent bit of speed for, I cannot remember exactly what it's for. I think it was for like a somewhat speedy Rotom, I think. I'd have to double check what it's for. It might be like a somewhat, like a little bit of speed in the Great Tusk. But Uxie is really, really good here because it's my pretty much dedicated Great Tusk switch in. Even with knockoff, it's not that worrisome about it. And I can Encore either the Sinistra or the Salamence into their setup moves. If Gray ever goes into Salamence immediately on Uxie, I just immediately click Encore. I don't care if they Dragon Claw. I don't care if they do anything. If I can catch them on a Dragon Dance turn, and then potentially U-turn out into something like Ting-Lu, and Whirlwind it out, and just kind of mitigate it right then and there, that would be fantastic for me. So hopefully I'm able to do that this week. And last but certainly not least, we are bringing Hen the Kilowattrel with competitive this week, running 112 defense, 252 special attack, 144 speed, timid nature, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Air Slash, Terra Blast with Terra Water, and the heavy duty boots. This week with Kilowattrel, honestly, offensive Kilowattrel is super good in this game. Electric Stab and Flying Stab is really strong into Gray's team. This is pretty much my dedicated lead. In Mox, most everyone was leading with Sinistra, and I think that's potential here, depending on the set that he brings, that Gray brings. So we'll see how that goes here. If it is Sinistra lead, I pretty much always click Volt Switch, because there's no shot in hell that Gray is switching in, or staying in. Terra Blast Water is really just for the Rotom Heat in case it comes. or I guess Macargo, if that's, you know, something that they want to do, or if one of the Terra Captains Terras into a water-weak typing, like Fire, for example, but I just don't see that happening. Otherwise, Dual Stab is just really strong on my opponent's team. Thunderbolt is very strong just because outside of Rotom and the Great Tusk, which Great Tusk is never switching into Killer Washel anyway, there's not a whole lot that wants to take it. Salamence takes close to half pre-Terra, depending on the Terra that it is. We're expecting like a Terra Grass this week, just to mitigate the Ogerpon enough. But other than that, Killer Washel is just strong in this game. But yeah, guys, that is going to do it for this team builder. Let me know what you guys think of the team down below. And I will see you guys in finals of the IBL. Yo, guys, what's going on? It's Rose here, bringing you guys IBL finals for Season 11 versus Greyvee. I am very fucking scared right now. There is no Greninja, which is something I'm very happy about. Everything else is what I expected. Obviously, the Rotom being here is a little unexpected. Everything else, though, is what I expected. They are Dragon Salamence and Steel Sinistcha. Here we go. Let's see what they're going to lead off with here. I'm nervous. Good luck, have fun to Gray. They are an amazing player, and I am very much nervous. But you know what? That just means I am supposed to be here, right? I think that's how that works. Spill it, sis. Perfect. This is the lead. This is the lead I practice against. Okay. This is actually a lead that my buddy Cherry. Perfect. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do immediately. I'm immediately Volt switching out because you are not staying in. You probably go Rotom here, in which case I can probably safely go Water Pond. So hopefully this works. We're expecting the Sinistcha to be the Terra Captain here. Volt Switch if you Terra is doing about 35. If you are max HP. Steel. Where is Steel? There it is. Yeah, they're switching out. You're not going Tusk ever. Deep Heat. Yeah. Okay, we're going Rotom, or we're going Ogerpon every time. Did like what, 10, 15%? 10%? That looks like Fizdef. It looks like Fizdef. I can go into this if you are physically defensive. 83 to 99, that looks like range. Let's say you're at 90. It's a 60% chance. It's 56% chance to kill. I automatically I go this. I mean, they could be Pasho Berry here, which would be a little annoying. That looks like he's in range of Ivy Cudgel. I'm clicking Ivy Cudgel very fast. If he goes Sinistcha, that's fine. Will-O-Wisp, okay, he is Scarf Willow. That's something that we talked about as a possibility. That's fine. This is still gonna do a good chunk. Still doing a lot of damage. Okay, I don't think you're switching out. Or I don't think you're staying in. Realistically, Ogerpon is not that needed here anymore. In terms of like damage output. So now I can kind of use it a little bit differently. I kind of want to go back into Kilo aggressively on like a Sinistcha check. Yeah, I'm gonna go Kilo on Sinistcha. Yeah, he swaps out. Yep. Here we go. Okay, this time I'm going to Air Slash, because nothing really wants to do this. Yeah, you take 80% from this. I am just Air Slashing. Yeah, I mean, I take my damage. That's just fine. Deep Heat in it, yeah. So this plus Volt Switch might kill. Okay. They could... I mean, Terra-ing this was kind of the idea here. Do I care about damage on this? Overheat's doing a lot, actually. I feel like I have to Terra here. It's still doing like 40. I could actually just go back into Ogerpon. That Ogerpon's Overheat's gonna do about half, and that's fine. Like I said, Ogerpon is not as needed anymore. It's not nearly as necessary. I know they're scarfed. I have to, yeah, I gotta do this. I don't want to take the damage on Killo. Killo is really, really, really necessary here. Overheat, yep, that's what I expected. It's gonna do about half. Yep, that's about right. Okay. I mean, at 94, 23 to 27, I think I'm out of range. I'm at 31. So if they get like a high roll, that plus burn kills, but that's honestly fine. Because then I get a free switch into probably Sthkippy. Yeah. I'm okay with this. I'm just gonna take my damage. If I can get damage on the Sinistra, that's actually really, really good. I'm glad I didn't burn my Terra, because then I could still use Kilowatt Roll a little bit, for the Sinistra. Yeah, this is fine. I should live. Wow, that killed. That shouldn't have killed. You have investment. Okay. Heat kills Ogre with Overheat. Okay, that's fine. At -4, I mean, I can go Ting-Lu, because I don't mind taking a little bit of chip on Ting-Lu. But I also could just go Kilowatt Roll. I can go Spectrier, actually. But that just invites in Ursaring. Actually, if I go Spectrier here, I could probably hard swap into Sthkippy. I could do that, or if I go Spectrier and Nasty Plot, I could do something, but, I don't hate Spectrier as a play here. Let me get rid of Ogerpon on the layout. I think it has to be Killo here, though. They're just gonna take their damage here. If you're max, which you're not, I mean, the most you can do is 40% right here. And Thunderbolt is definitely the play here. I'm gonna Thunderbolt here. I mean, you're just, maybe I should have Volt Switched, but Volt Switch, I mean, depending on where he's at, may not kill. I think I just have to take my guarantee here. Okay. Yeah, he does. Okay. You're not going Tusk. Lettuce Demon? Okay, so give me a para on this. That's huge damage. That is amazing damage. That's great. So here, I'm gonna Volt Switch and go immediately to Ting-Lu. Ting-Lu is my check to this. Yeah, I go this Ting-Lu. They're gonna they're gonna let me do this. I'm gonna do a ton of damage here. This Salamence is very neutered at this moment. Ting-Lu is literally here for this, so I'm okay with this. This is really good for me. And I know that he is, Moxie. Roost is fine. Okay. So, I'm gonna Ruination here. I could also Stone Edge. But I think Ruination, because I think they roost again. Okay, I'm gonna get something off. DP, okay. Honestly, this is fine. I don't mind, the Willow burn on this, if he lands it, of course. Because the damage from this is not what's the important part, it's the whittling, just keeping Salamence at bay. So I'm okay with this. Oh, I should have expected Trick. Okay, that's my bad. Okay. That's a little annoying. I mean, at plus, I doubt I outspeed Salamence now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's literally no possible... I missed! Fantastic! I have to Stone Edge again. That really sucks. I'm probably gonna... That really sucks now. I mean... I should have just gone Killo. But actually, no, I want to keep my boots on Killo, because I want to keep the check. This is actually really annoying. Okay. What is my dog doing? I just have Stone Edge again. He swaps. Okay, this gives me chip on something. If it's Salamence, then Great Tussie. Okay, that's fine. I do like no damage. He is leftovers, I'm assuming? Or no item? Okay, no item. I have to go Yuxi here. I don't have a choice. Offensively, I do take it very well. So I'm gonna just go immediately into Yuxi here. Okay. Getting burned and scarfed with Ting-Lu is a little unfortunate. But it's okay, because that just means it's more of a whirlwind bot now. Which I'm okay with. I'm perfectly okay with it. I just go Yuxi every time, and I probably U-turn. He stays in, probably gets up rocks. If you are max HP, I'm doing about half. Close combat. That's fine. 294. Are you at, like, jetpack? Did 17%? No, you're not. Okay. That's just normal Jolly with max. Okay. I'm just gonna U-turn. Wow, he stayed in. Wow, he was gonna let me... Okay. I mean... I feel like that's crazy. You must be weakness policy or something. Okay. Ting-Lu at this point... If he knockoffs here, which I think that's what he does, because there's no way you stay in otherwise. I think it's safe for me to go Ting-Lu. I know this is wild going into Ting-Lu on a Great Tusk. But I am gonna do it. And hope that he knockoffs. Go knockoff. Because you can't close combat, you can't headlong. Yep. Beautiful. That works for me. Okay, so Ting-Lu is back to being usable. Okay. This is fine. I can go hard Spectre on this close combat. Because worst case scenario, if he does knock off again, I don't care. 89 to 105. That's not convincing enough to go Spectre, I think. If he goes... no, I can't go Spectre yet. I can't go Spectre yet. I have to go Yuxi. You're You're at -1 now. If you knock off here, I mean, that's fine. So I know that I outspeed. You're at -2 now. Yuxi actually kills with Psychic Noise. I mean, I U-turned last time. I feel like you expect that again. Fuck, he does. Okay, he probably just goes Metagross here. X can give it to... Yeah, that's the Metagross. Okay. I mean, Meta is gonna take nothing from this. I did a little bit. I did like... Yeah, that's about 5%. Okay, I could Rock here. I do actually like Stealth Rock here. Because now Rotom can't come in until Great Tusk does, basically. Okay. He's Iron Defense Body Press. I am just gonna Encore. If he's Mental Herb, then good on him. Yeah, okay, he's not. I am going to U-turn out. This is fine. So that was 1 turn of Encore. So this will be the 2nd turn. So he gets 3 turns Encore. How much is +2 doing to Ursaring? I know it's not much, but how much am I doing? Like, it's not time for Spectre, I don't think, but I do want to calc this just to be safe. +2, I'm doing 35. So this is the 2nd turn. This is 2nd turn, so I get 1 more. Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go Spectre here. I know it's a little early. That's 2nd turn. This is 3rd. Yeah. This is fine. It's fine. Throat Chop does 27 with this first one. After Rocks, what's my chances of 2-hit KOing? 0. Okay. I have to get some... Yeah, I gotta get this... Damn, I think this damage is very, very nice for me. That's more than... Yeah, that's fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This only... You might not be Eviolite. That's not Eviolite. With Draining Kiss doesn't kill, so I actually made the right play still by just clicking Psychic. This is fine. Fine by me. Deep Heat. Okay, that's fine. Yuxi kills Heat with Rocks. If he goes if Gray goes Salamence here, I'm at 208, I think, right now. But you wouldn't be Scarf Roost, so you're not Scarf Mence. Actually, I think Spectre wins. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, Spectre wins. I think. I'm pretty sure Spectre just wins. Because Metagross isn't going to kill me. Bullet Punch doesn't do enough. I think I win. Great Tussie, that's fine. Does Kiss kill here? Kiss does, actually. But I'm not risking it. I'm just gonna Psychic here. Yep. Oh my god. Spec kills Tusk with Psychic. I'm +3 now. Spectre wins. I think I just won finals. I think I just won finals. I'm gonna calc Bullet Punch again. That's fine. My body, I'm vibrating. My body is vibrating. Spec kills Meta with Shadow Ball. My body is vibrating right now. I'm getting tingly. This... I did it! I think I did it! I think I did it! Sinistra! Doesn't matter at this point. Shadow Ball kills. Shadow Ball kills. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. Sinistra with Shadow Ball. Did I just win finals? I think I just won finals. Oh, and the Metagross is dead. Young Grizzler. I'm gonna Psychic. Oh my god. Spec kills Ursa with Psychic. I did! I fucking did! I fucking did! I mean, he's Terra Dragon. Shadow Ball kills Salamence. Spec kills Mence with Shadow Ball. I fucking won! Oh my god, I fucking won! Holy shit! Wow! Okay. GG's to Gray. They played great. They played great. I think not having Eviolite on that Ursaring just cost them. Because I'm pretty sure either that or that's a Fizdef Ursaring. I was very aggressive with Ting-Lu by swapping in on the Great Tusk, but I had to assume that they were going to knock off. So I'm very glad I made that play. And it worked out in my favor. GG's to Gray. Great game. I fucking won a finals game? I'm like... I will see you guys... by this point, WPF has already started, so I will see you guys for the next game of WPF. Peace out.